raised in the city of Flint, and one of the things we've always talked about is public safety and the priority that public safety is. And there is so much going on in this fire department. Chief, there is so much going on in this fire department that it's really, really exciting. And I'm not sure where to start. Maybe I'll start with the man holding the trophy, Rico.
Sure would start with me.
Yeah, we're going to start and say, welcome back home, because he just got the Willie O'Ree Community Hero Award. He's going to let me hold it for a minute.
Thank you.
And we watched him on national TV, and he really made us proud, and he's doing great things as far as bringing the inner city hockey. So I wanted to just acknowledge you right now while you have that. We have our camp, our campfire going on. Last week we had young men, this week we have young ladies. And I know that was something that the Chief and Carrie talked about, was this campfire and making sure we included young women, because we know that women are underrepresented in so many careers, and this is a career for women as well. And so we're excited to have how many young ladies? 15 future firefighters. So that's going on, and that's going on all week long. And then there's the big one. This is I'm going to let the Chief talk about this, but this was something that we had talked about earlier, and we're always talking about giving those that protect us, when we're talking about police, when we're talking about fire, making sure that they have the tools and equipment so they can do their jobs to keep us safe. And this is something we've been waiting for quite some time. And so for our firefighters to have this truck with the aerial ladder is just huge, and it's huge for our community, because, and I know the Chief will go into more detail, we don't have to wait now. When a tall structure catches on fire, and hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, the City of Flint Fire Department is equipped to deal with it without having to wait for backup, because we know time is life, and the longer we have to wait, the less time they have to save our lives, and it gets more dangerous for them. So having said that, I'm going to bring Chief Barton up, because he is the one that has been leading the way for our Flint Fire Department. And Chief, I just want everybody to know what an outstanding job you've been doing. And so we thank you for everything you've done for our fire department. Oh, wait. I think I saw Carrie with a check last week, a check for $7,500. I knew there was more, because this is going to be for new helmets, right? For new helmets that needed to get replaced after 10 years. And so you got money from the 100 big check. And that's what that's going to go for. So the fire department, our Flint Fire Department, has really been making moves and making moves in a positive way. So Chief, I'm going to turn this over to you and let you talk about it.
And thanks everyone for coming. Good afternoon. Again, we're here today. Like I say, the big news was we finally have a platform truck. We've probably been operating the last 7 years or so, because even when we had a platform truck back 4 or 5 years ago, it was out of service because it was so old. It had been taken out of service, and when the emergency managers came in, they sold it for scrap. And so we had no platform truck. And so when we would have a large commercial fire, we would have to request mutual aid and get a platform coming from Davis, Mundy Township, whoever had a platform available. And that platform is so important, because with the platform you have a bucket. So when we pull up to a rescue and you have people physically disabled, or you have elderly people and they're on a multi-floor unit, to get someone to step off, and a healthy person, because a lot of people have fear of heights, to get them to step out on the ladder and climb down is a challenge in itself, and it also puts the citizens and the firefighters at risk of being injured. So when you have a platform, you can raise the platform. As you can see, the person can step in the platform and can be lowered to the ground, so you don't have to take the risk of climbing down the ladder, backing somebody up, somebody getting scared, not holding on. And so it's big, and like I say, with all the development going on in our city, this is a great asset. It also helps our ISO ratings, which is how insurance rate departments. It will give us a better ISO rating by having this platform truck. Like I say again, it's a 104-foot ladder truck. It's made in Michigan. And so it was all the things that came in. That's the best value. During the bid process that was followed, they had the best value. And the plus side of it, it was made in Michigan, down right in Wyoming, Michigan, HME. And like I said, so this is going to help us dramatically. And like I say, with the development, hopefully that makes developers more secure about bringing businesses here, having the equipment to fight the fires and do the job that we need and protect their property can only be a benefit. And again, we want to thank the 100 Club for what they did. Was we had outdated helmets. After 10 years, you're supposed to take the helmets out of service. And so by us having all the new firefighters through the Safer Grant, all of those guys got put in new equipment, but some of our older firefighters, helmets that expired and exceeded the 10-year limit. And when we worked with Quartermaster Rico, he counted that we had about 25 helmets that was over 10 years old, and we reached out to the 100 Club, and they actually gave us a grant for $7,500 to replace the helmets. And like I said, we keep moving positive with the department. Like I say, the truck is here. It's going to be a big advantage. We'll take a couple of weeks and get everybody trained and up to date. The company will come in and do training, and hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so we'll have this truck in service.
Can you talk about the difference between the two trucks?
The two trucks, like I say, the platform, as you can see, has the bucket, where that's where a person can step off in that truck. You can lower people and raise people in the bucket itself. But when you look at the trucks over here, those are considered a quint. So when you're doing the rescue, you actually have to get the person to step out on the ladder, and they have to climb down the ladder, because you can't move that ladder when somebody's on it. And so with the platform, you can put a person in, lower them down. So in case, in an event where you need to do multiple rescues, that is a lot more efficient, because you can get the people to step off in, lower them out, raise the ladder back up, and you can get more people out.
And so it's a bigger ladder too.
It's a bigger ladder. This one is 70 feet, and that one is 104 feet.
How much did you say it cost?
The cost was $988,000, somewhere just under $1 million. It was in the budget from last year's budget. Because fire trucks, you can't just walk on the lot and purchase a fire truck. It's a long process, because they get the trucks and then they have to meet your specs, and they have to add the shelving and everything else to do what you have to do, from fittings to your hydrant size, what size hydrants you lose, and all that thing. So usually when you get in the truck, it takes anywhere from 8 to 9 months. So this has been an ongoing process, and it's finally here. And like I say, and again, we have our campfire girls. This was an inspiration of Deputy Chief Edward, and it's a pleasure to have them here. So we're working with them on team leadership, critical thinking, and a lot of things like that. We give them like a mini fire camp to expose them to fire, and hopefully some of them will be interested in becoming firefighters later on in life.